Beleza. Vamos lá. Eu queria bala pra escopeta, meu. É um pouco melhor, né? Mas a que eu gostei mais foi aquela outra lá. Ah, o sinalizador. Beleza, achamos mais um. Mas não é essa aqui que tá faltando, né? Óbvio. Eu acho que a gente perdeu aquele.
Spat on the garage floor and tried to shake the cobwebs from his head. Ever since the couple never showed to pick up the keys, things had been fuzzy. Something, a feeling caught his attention. Stuckey looked up and stared as his brain tried in vain to process the horror before him. He stumbled back, knocking over a can of oil. A black pool spread across the floor while he struggled for a brief moment, then let go as the unrelenting darkness engulfed.
Beleza. Antes da gente entrar aqui...
The Deer Fest had been 2 weeks away when we arrived. If the day count on the banner was right, I was missing a whole week between the night we got here and now.
Vamos dar uma olhada ao redor aqui pra ver se a gente acha alguma coisa, né? Eu acho que as garrafinhas de café, elas são pra dar energia quando você não estiver perto da luz. Oxi! Eita! Eita! Corre! Acho que eu não devia ter vindo aqui, né? Putz! Caraca, mano, o que será que tem ali naquele caminhão? Que doideira! Aqui, ó. Cara, eu tô querendo ir lá, só que, tipo... Ele não corre direito, mano. Só... Pera aí. É porque eu acho que não era pra mim ter ido lá ainda, né? Tá, ok.
The day count on the banner was right. I was missing a whole week between the night we got here and now.
Pegar só essa garrafinha aqui e a gente entra dentro do posto de gasolina, que eu acho que não é pra gente ir ali agora. Até porque eu acho que... Ah, sei lá. Vamos ver aqui primeiro o posto de gasolina. Depois a gente vai. Porque vai que dá alguma... Dá munição... Deixa eu ver se eu já tenho. Dá munição pra escopeta, sei lá. Acho que fui eu, né?
Alright. I'll keep writing. Outside there's only darkness. Outside the cabin, outside the story, there's only darkness. I can feel her presence in the dark. Just now, I could smell her perfume in the room. I'll reach her, I'll fix it up. I'll bring her back. The story will come true. If I stop, she's lost.
Beleza. Cara, eu acho que não vai dar munição pra escopeta, não. Eu acredito que a gente tem que ir lá.
Rainfall Sheriff Station.
Oh, thank God, Sheriff.
Sheriff Sarah Breaker, you are...
I'm Alan Wake, but listen, I was in a car crash. My wife, Alice, she's missing.
Calm down, Mr. Wake.
We were staying in a cabin on the island, on Cauldron Lake.
There's no island on Cauldron Lake, not since the big eruption in the 70s.
Please, I can take you there, okay?
You look like you've taken a pretty bad knock to the head. Are you okay?
Listen.
We'll figure this out. Please get in the car. We'll swing by the lake and then we'll go to the station, okay? Mr. Wake, have you seen Stuckey, the guy who owns this place?
I realized I couldn't tell her what had happened in the forest. She wouldn't have believed me. And then she wouldn't have helped me with Alice.
Cara, será que a gente não vai conseguir ir lá naquela parte? Acho que não era pra gente ir lá então, né? Por isso que os caras deram uns...
Previously on Alan Wake, I came to Bright Falls with my wife, Alice.
Thank you for coming here with me.
Caraca!
I thought maybe you could
É
wait
tipo um
here.
filminho.
God damn it, Alice!
Now, she's missing.
Alice? Alice?
I woke up behind the wheel of a crashed car. I'm missing a week. I was attacked by shadowy men straight from a nightmare. The sheriff took me to the lake Alice and I had stayed at, but the cabin had disappeared.
Episódio 2, Possuídos. Cidade de Nova York, 3 anos atrás.
Honey, I'm home.
Beleza, parece que ele tá em casa, né?
Worst
Nossa,
weather I've ever
olha,
seen.
olha a ventania que tá aqui na janela.
Coffee on. It'll warm you up. Hey, handsome. This is gonna be a long night, but these shots are turning out great.
I guess you're gonna need that coffee then. I'll go put it on.
Bonita a casa, né? Beleza, a gente tem que fazer café.
Coffee's on.
Great, thanks. I'll need it if I'm gonna finish this by tomorrow.
Trancada. Trancada. Nenhum desses aqui dá pra pegar, né, por enquanto. Será que a gente consegue entrar nessa portinha
I just
aqui?
finished those cover mock-ups. They're on your desk. Tell me what you think.
No kidding. I didn't think you'd get them done this quickly.
Provavelmente aqui, né? Mas deixa eu ver essas outras portas aqui. Antes de eu mexer ali, né? Porque vai que continua a história. Examine os modelos de capa.
The continuing freezing rain and heavy snowfall have necessitated a winter storm warning in the entire tri-state area. People are advised to stay indoors as many roadways are already closed, and city officials are not expecting snow crews to keep up with the weather.
Beleza, vamos olhar.
The blizzard, the weather is not expected to clear up anytime soon.
These look really good.
Oh, sure, until Barry gets his hands on them. Which, by the way, will happen over my dead body. The last time was the last time. Oh, and speaking of Barry, he called. Alan! Alan, please check the fuse box.
I'm right here. I'm on it, honey.
Verifique o
Please
disjuntor.
hurry.
I'm
Calma,
right here,
moça.
baby.
I'm fine, I'm fine. Just get the lights back on. Now, please.
Honey, it's a power outage. I've got the flashlight.
Okay. Hi.
You
Você não quer vir comigo não, moça? Porque se você...
It just really spooked me.
Don't worry. We'll just break out the candles.
Beleza, vamos...
I know it's stupid, but it's just... Especially when I'm not prepared for it, you know? It gets to me.
I love you.
Tell me a story, writer.
Okay. I used to have these nightmares when I was a kid. The dark really spooked me, too. When it got really bad, my mom gave me this old light switch. She called it the clicker.
The clicker, huh?
Yeah. If I ever got scared of the dark, I could just flip the switch and a magic light would scare the monsters away.
Oh, sure.
Here it is.
Alan.
Maybe it'll help you too.
Yeah, nice story, writer boy. You made that up right now, didn't you?
No. Seriously.
I love you, even if you are a liar. Thanks for this.
Caraca, mano. Então eles moravam literalmente no centro da cidade, né?
How do you feel, Mr. Wake? Any nausea, disorientation, anything like that? Mr. Wake, how are you feeling?
I'm okay. My head's fine. I had to lie about my headache and memory loss. He'd send me to a hospital for tests. I couldn't leave without Alice.
Very well. I don't think you have a concussion, but you've obviously been through quite a shock. You should take it easy for a couple of days.
Thanks.
Tem que ver se os caras vai deixar, né?
Done here. If the pain gets any
Eu
worse,
ficar numa
experience
boa.
any other symptoms, you should come see me. I'll
Tchau,
let you get on
moço.
with it then. Sarah, Sheriff Breaker is waiting for you. She's very good at her job.
Deixa eu dar uma olhada aqui pra ver se não tem umas munição aqui de escopeta, né? Eu posso fazer isso, será? Oi, moço.
Thank you for testing the lights, Miss Weaver. Everything seems to be fine.
I don't have the luxury of being complacent, Deputy Grant. The bulbs will need changing, so you have changed them.
I'll be sure to take care of it, Miss Weaver. Have a nice day now.
Very good. I'll come back later on to remind you, just in case.
Ok.
Come in, Mr. Wake. Your phone's on the desk. The battery was dead. It's charged now.
Moça, você pode me dar uma bazuca?
My men are already on it. Now, can you tell me what happened?
I'm not sure. I can't remember. We were arguing. I walked out of the cabin.
The cabin on Cauldron Lake?
How did you end up at Stucky's gas station?
I wanted to tell her what had happened last night, but I couldn't. She'd lock me up. Excuse me. I need to take this. Hello?
Alan, please help me.
Alice?
Stop talking to the law. You'll do exactly what I say if you ever want to see your wife again.
Who is this?
Go to the back lot. There's a hole in the fence on the left. Look inside the junker. I left a little something there to convince you we're all on the same page here. After you ditch the cops, you're gonna meet me in Elderwood National Park. There's a
Mr.
spot
Wake,
called
can I help
Lover's
you with
Peak.
anything?
Midnight. Don't do nothing stupid, pal. We're watching you.
I need to get some air. The sheriff said I could go out back.
Of course, Mr. Wake. You can get there through the cell corridor.
Light in here. God.
Yeah, it's Mulligan here. I'm
I don't like the goddamn shadows in here. Hey!
Wait. Yeah, this is
Damn it! I don't want to be alone in here. Hey!
Pera aí, acho que tem mais... Ah, mudou, né? Nossa, a gente perdeu mesmo. Então, ó, a gente já perdeu duas aqui. Tem que vasculhar direito. A gente tá no capítulo 2 aqui, ó, tá vendo? Então, tipo, a gente já é outros manuscritos. Aqueles lá a gente perdeu. Então, eu vou olhar direito.
I'd lain here in the snow while the lurid chain of scenes that had led me here kept playing in my head. A rerun of my own private snuff movie. A memory of my corpse. Alone at my own wake. Thinking
Beleza, vamos ver.
This was a late goodbye. 13 years after I'd gotten my revenge, it had finally caught up with me. It had been a long time to bear the pain. My blood painted the snow red. A gruesome slushy dissolved all the scattered painkillers and leisurely dripped down to the sewer, mingling with the bile of the city, becoming one with it.
Beleza, tem esse aqui também.
Alice looked through the viewfinder, lining up the shot. Cauldron Lake was breathtaking. Something caught her eye. A figure standing in the shadows behind the cabin, like a thin woman in a black dress. She lowered the camera and looked again. No one there. Just a collection of bushes that looked vaguely...
Beleza. Ah, aqui, ó. Tá vendo? Faltou essa página. Essas 3 aqui, ó. Eu vou dar uma olhada naquelas outras salas lá de novo. Vai que a gente encontra. Cara, fica quietinho aí. Ó, tem mais um aqui. Beleza. Aqui tá trancado. Deixa eu ver aqui. Aqui nada. Aqui é a sala que a gente tava, né? Deixa eu ver se tem alguma coisa aqui.
I need some fresh air. Can I go out? In the back, maybe?
Of course, Mr. Wake. I understand. You can get there through the cells. Deputy Grant can show you the way.
Tá, aqui não tem nada também. Então acho que não vai... sei lá.
I couldn't go anywhere yet. I had to play along with the caller. Alice's life was
Ah,
at
tá,
stake.
beleza. Entendi. Então, aqui dentro não tem mais. Provavelmente vai estar... Ou tava lá no apartamento, eu não sei. Pera aí, vamos ler esse aqui.
In spite of its human mask, to describe the dark presence as intelligent would have implied human qualities on something decidedly inhuman. Nonetheless, it found the one spot in the diner that was dark enough. Some light spilled into the corridor, ravaging it. But it took the pain. Horrible as it was, the writer would soon fix that. He would be coming to the one place where it still had power.
Beleza.
The early morning light hurt my eyes and made my head ache. The man on the phone had said, go through the fence on the left.
Ah, tem um manuscrito ali. Deixa eu ver se tem algum aqui. O cara mandou a gente olhar no carro, né? Aqui tem um radinho.
The caller had
Cafezinho.
told me to find a hole in the fence behind the police station. There was something for me in an abandoned car.
Beleza, antes de eu olhar no carro, eu vou tentar pegar aquele manuscrito ali. Ah, mano. Tá, eu já entendi, mas como que eu vou lá? Tem que dar um jeito de passar... Ah, será que eu consigo... Ah, aqui, ó. Aí, ó, conseguimos todos daqui em diante.
The kidnapper fired his gun one last time, and the shadow vanished into the darkness it had come from. See? Nothing to it, Wake. The thought of Alice in his hands was revolting. We stood on the wooden platform of Lover's Peak, the waterfall on the mountain behind us, the lights of the radio mast blinking red in the heights above. I fought with the urge to take a swing, force myself to speak. Let's cut the act. In spite of its human mask, to describe the dark presence as intelligent would have implied human qualities on something decidedly inhuman. Nonetheless, it found the one spot in the diner that was dark enough. The kidnapper fired his gun one last time, and the shadow vanished into the darkness it had come from. See? Nothing to it, Wake. The thought of Alice in his hands was revolting. We stood on the wooden platform of Lover's Peak, the waterfall on the mountain behind us, the lights of the radio mast blinking red in the heights above. I fought with the urge to take a swing, force myself to speak. Let's cut the...
Beleza. Tá, ok. Deixa eu ver isso aqui. Ah, tá. Tem que pegar o negócio do cara aqui.
Alice's driver's license had been placed on the front seat. The caller meant business. Barry?
Ow! Ow! Thank God! Where the hell have you been? I've been trying to reach you for a week, you and Alice. Oh, I've been worried sick. I flew out yesterday. I'm here in Bright Falls.
Barry, listen to me. I'm at the sheriff's station. Come and get me. I can't talk now.
Ow! What the hell is going on?
I had to get the sheriff to let me go. I needed to get to Elderwood National Park to meet Alice's kidnappers.
Cara, o que a gente pegou ali? Saia da delegacia. Não mostrou o que a gente pegou. A gente pegou o quê? Um telefone? Beleza, vai. Vamos dar o fora daqui.
A writer is a light that reveals the world of his story from darkness, shapes it from nothingness. The way a sculptor carves a statue from a block of granite. If I stop...
Marvelous, Sarah. I just wanted to settle all the damage the Anderson brothers might have inadvertently caused on their...
Vou apagar a luz. Quando o cara acordar vai estar tudo escuro.
They are not
Tchau,
accountable
moço.
for their actions, of course.
Are you feeling any better, Mr. Wake?
I'd like to leave. Am I free to go?
Well, we still need to talk about...
Am I under arrest?
No, of course not. But I need to know where you'll be staying so I can get in touch with you.
I'd avoid the motel. The Majestic is known for its roaches. The cabins at Elderwood are pretty nice, though.
That sounds perfect.
I'm Dr. Emil Hartman. I'd like to invite you to stay at Cauldron Lake Lodge.
Did you talk to my wife?
I had the pleasure of discussing your situation with her on several occasions.
Did you set something up with her?
I invited her here. My clinic is a place where...
Oh, hey! Oh my! Take it easy.
Hey, nobody move! Get your hands off of my client!
Who are you?
I'm Barry Wheeler, his agent. If you have business with Mr. Wake, you talk to me. You yokels won't know what hit you once I sick my lawyers on your asses.
No harm done, Sarah. I'm all right. I don't want to press charges. Mr. Wake, my offer still stands.
Get me out of here.
What the hell was that about, Al? We don't need a replay of that thing with the paparazzi. I thought they were gonna lock you up.
I had to talk to someone. I told Barry everything. He thought I was certifiable, but when he heard about the manuscript, I had him. The fact that I'd written something, even if I couldn't remember it, was enough for him. He smelled money. And he believed that Alice had been kidnapped. Anything beyond that was another story. I had a midnight appointment with the kidnapper in a place called Lover's Peak, somewhere in Elderwood National Park. The plan was to rent a cabin.
I don't like it, Al. I don't like any of it. It's not good. In fact, it's the absolute opposite of good.
Mr. Wake! Barry, you found him!
Hi, Rose.
Oh, wow. I was just thinking about you, too.
Great.
I was just bringing Rusty some coffee. He's on the balcony, looking after Max. Poor thing. I really need to go. Great to see you again, Mr. Wake. Later!
Who's Max?
What an airhead.
Jeez, Mr. Takes a swing at everybody.
Beleza, vamos lá.
She's a very
Cara,
nice girl and, more importantly,
olha que da hora. Os elefantinhos aqui, ó. Trancado. Trancado.
Seriously, Al, what you were saying in the car?
Cara, você pode parar de falar um pouquinho? Eu estou tentando encontrar uns manuscritos aqui.
When was the last time you slept? Are you high? Have you been drinking?
Wait here.
Easy there, boy. I'm almost done.
Hey, Rusty, right? You rent cabins.
Oh, Mr. Wake. I'd shake your hand, but mine are kind of full here. Actually, I'm sorry about this. Would you mind grabbing the registration form from the desk? It's just across from Bucktooth Charlie.
Okay, sure.
Encontre o formulário, vamos ver.
Crazy poachers. Max here got his foot
Do you understand what it sounds like when you say stuff like that? Don't get me wrong, it's a good story.
Cadê o café que a menina falou? Até agora eu não encontrei. Ah, aqui. Trancado. Cara, esse cara fala, hein? Calma aí.
You gotta talk to the cops.
She's my wife, and it's my call. Can we talk about this later?
No. This whole
Pegou o formulário.
You hit your head.
Beleza.
If you're trying to pull a joke on me, freak me out, it's working. Aha, let's have a
Wait
laugh
here.
on Barry.
I think this is the form you wanted.
And here are the keys. Okay, you're all set, Mr. Wake. Glad to have you staying here.
Thanks. Can you tell me how to get to Lover's Peak?
Oh, sure. It's at the end of the nature trail.
Look, Al, you're asking me to believe that you shot a dude who went poof into thin air.
Cara, esse jogo é doido, hein?
Al, we should go to the sheriff or call the FBI.
Damn it, Barry, they'll kill her. This is not a goddamn debate, Barry. I'm going to Lover's Peak. He said to come alone.
Okay then. I understand. You're my best friend, and I'm worried that you're not right in the head. Tell me what to do to help, and I'll do it.
You stay here, and if I'm not back by morning, call the cavalry.
Just be careful with the neighbors.
Você não tá muito bem, né, meu amigo?
Locals are dangerous. Everybody hates a tourist.
Tchau.
Or deliverance all over again.
Cara, por que tudo de repente fica escuro?